What is up guys, my name is Jimmy. Sorry for not posting for so long. I've been very busy and I just don't feel like I should post when I don't have anything to show. But now in this video, I'm going to show you two FD2 E-mount speed boosters, as well as just a plain FD2 E-mount adapter, which would work for your A7 series too. Now I know many people don't like adapting legacy lenses to new camera bodies because they lose autofocus, but I'm going to show you very quickly that it's actually not a big deal. And you really don't lose anything. I can focus just as easily and almost just as fast. I use the A6300 body, and I don't really use the auto exposure locking function, so I've set that button to image magnification. This first one's made by Roxsen, and it comes in many brands because it's basically the exact same body, but with a different name pressed on it or something like that. You can find it on eBay for around $80 to $100, maybe a little bit cheaper if you're lucky, but that's what I got mine for. And it's the cheaper one here. The next one's a Lens Turbo 2, and this one's a little bit pricier, but it has better image quality and less distortion. They're very similar in size, but the design is very different, and I'll show you later. For reference, I'll be using this FD2 E-mount adapter without any optics in between. So this adapter would actually work for your A7 series too. Now let's take a look at this Grand FD 50mm 1.2. It's just the best lens I've ever owned, period. Like, I'm not the kind of guy who's gonna drop like $1,500 on a lens, but you know, for the price, this is amazing. You can find the 50mm 1.4 for like under $100 or something. I got this one for eBay for around $300. And if you took a look at the EF equivalent, the 50mm 1.2 L series, it's way more expensive than this. And you know what the best part is about these speed boosters? Is that they add an extra stop of light to your lens and recovers the field of view to roughly full frame. So I have effectively a true 50mm lens with an aperture of f/0.9. That's just mind-blowing. So how good are these speed boosters? I took some pictures of this grid paper with the three adapters I have. To make it fair, I shot all three at minimum focusing distance and the aperture wide open. So obviously the plain adapter will have a much narrower field of view. Surprisingly, the cheaper Roxsen speed booster has the least minimum focusing distance. So you could actually get about 5 centimeters closer to your subject compared to the Lens Turbo 2. But as you can see, the distortion on the Roxsen is much more apparent, and it seems to only focus on the center. Anywhere else, it's fuzzy. Looking at these two pictures of the Coke bottle, there's really no significant difference. They were both focused in the center and they're both shot at f2. The real difference is at the corner. Even when you focus right at the corner, the Lens Turbo 2 is just more clear. Now let's look at the mechanics of the adapters. The Roxsen speed booster has a circular glass inside and adapts to the camera body just like any other lens. The lens turns on just like that, but you have to make sure this latches on to allow aperture control. If you don't lock that ring, the lens will stay wide open no matter what aperture you set it to. As for the Lens Turbo, it has a square lens on the back. I think this has a lot to do with the lower distortion and better image quality on the corner. Like the Roxsen, it has a ring that you have to turn, but this ring is to lock on to the camera body, not the lens. To enable aperture control, you start at the red dot to the yellow dot, then turn. I think it's a much more efficient design. Now, I know the Lens Turbo is a no-brainer, obviously, but I want to ask you something. Can you tell which speed booster I used when I took these photos? I mean, you can watch this video at 4K and stick your nose into the screen, but can you tell? And that's the point I'm trying to make. Yes, the Lens Turbo is nicer, it's better, but it's just a tool that we use. It all comes down to what you do as a photographer. And that just about wraps it up for this video. If you guys liked it, give me a thumbs up and maybe subscribe to my channel. Do make sure you follow me on Instagram at JimmyKai. I post pictures daily and they're all shot on the camera you saw in this video. So make sure you check me out. Peace.